a point on the ground at a distance a from the foot of a vertical wall of height b. So essentially this point here is sx equals a when sy equals b. You know that? Okay. The velocity is 45 degrees, so we can change that right away, can't we? So what can we say the adjacent is? Adjacent side? U cos 45, which is u over root 2. And u sine 45? U sine 45 is also, yeah, u sine 45, also u over root 2. The calculator might have it as, what's it, root 2 over 2? Yeah. Right. Grant. Let's do what we always do. Do the 4 equations and get some attempt marks on the board. Okay. What's phi x, lads? Anybody phi x? U over root 2. All right, that's handy. Phi y? Minus gt. Okay. So we got phi x, we got phi y. Now what about sx? Yeah, ut over root 2. Your speed multiplied by your time. And now your sy? U over root 2 t, yeah, or ut over root 2, yeah, was half gt squared. All right, so we have a good solid foundation here. Okay, it wants the greatest height. Wants the greatest height, doesn't it? Okay, greatest height. Interesting. When you see the word greatest height, what should be your go-to? What should be your game plan? Your go-to game plan? So it should be Vy equals 0. We all agreed? And this is getting you your first 5 marks. You're on 9 out of 25 or even 10 out of 25 now. You haven't done much. All you're going to say is u over root 2 equals what? Minus gt equals 0. Gt equals, and then t on its own. T is what? U over root 2 g. Okay. How'd you find the greatest height reached? How'd you find it? The SY formula using that t value. So you're going through your routine. Anywhere you see t, replace it with what? Yeah. I don't know how I did that. Have I done anything miraculously hard at the moment? Anything insane? Not really. And g, square that out then. U squared all over 2g, yeah. Now what? The g squared, right? So that g cancels with that. Now it's u squared over 4g. And this one's going to be u squared over 2g. Okay. I'm just looking at my answer here. And our greatest height is what? U squared all over 2g. Is that right with you guys? Now, what does it want from me? It wants me to show that the greatest height is a squared over 4 minus a minus b, right? So my answer looks nothing like the answer they want. They want to get rid of the u squareds and the g, and they want me to exchange them for a's and b's. Now that's interesting. We're going to have to see how we're going to actually have to do this. Okay? So we're going back to the start. Is everybody right? So what did we do so far? We did phi y equals 0 for what reason? Greatest height. Then we subbed our t value into the sy, and we found the greatest height. And our greatest height looks nothing like their greatest height. Is that right? Okay. We don't panic. We go, okay. We did legitimate moves there. It's not quite what they wanted, but we did legitimate moves. Now here's what we're going to do. Who knows what to do next? Anybody? Yes. Oh, U squared over 4g. Yeah, sorry guys. For those of you at home, it's a half minus a quarter, which is U squared over 4g. Thanks for spotting that. Okay, we all good? Okay. So, U squared over 4g, right? Now, here's what we're going to do. What's the only way we can bring A and B into effect? What do I need to do? Sx is A when Sy is B. Agreed? It happens at the same time. Yeah? Keyword time. So what do we replace Sx with? Replace that with A. Replace Sy with B. A is a linear equation while B is a quadratic, right? So let's isolate T. How do you isolate T? This T here. So what do you think it is? T equals root 2A all over U. Agreed? Now what are we going to do with that? Sub it in where? Into the B formula. Why? Because it happens at the same time. Sx is a distance A when Sy is a distance B. So I'm going to sub it in. I'm going to get U over root 2 times what? What's it? Root 2A all over U. And then after that, minus a half G. Square that out. 2A squared, yeah, all over squared. And that all equals B, right? Now let's see what's going down here. Okay. I think the U's are going to cancel each other, are they? What else? What are we going to get? B equals A. Okay. What about over this side? 2's cancelled, yeah. Minus, what's it? GA squared over? GA squared over U squared. I have an idea. My idea is to isolate U squared. Why am I going to isolate U squared? I can sub it in, can't I? See the way we got U squared over 4g? If I isolate U squared, I might be able to sub it and figure out what to do there. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm going to grab this whole thing. So I'm going to grab this whole fraction, and where I'm going to send this whole fraction to? The whole thing. Send that to the left and do what with the B? Send the B to there. And that sets up the A minus B. Yeah? Sets up that A minus B, lovely. So you get GA squared over U squared equals A minus B all over 1. I think we can do one better than this. I think I might turn both of them upside down. What do I mean by both of them upside down? 2 over 3 is the same thing as 20 over 30. And if I flip both fractions upside down, I can say that 3 over 2 is the same as 30 over. Because they both have a common denominator, I'm just going to do an upside down flip here. What happens to the A squared? Bring it up, yeah? And look at this, if you really want, you're really being lazy about it. We want to prove we want to prove U squared over 4g. Agreed? So what could I do then? What could I do to both sides? Divide both sides by 4. So we know that the greatest height is U squared over 4g. That means put an extra 4 here and an extra 4 here. And you get A squared for a minus b.